fucking wasting precious water on these shitty AI thumbnails, bro? GTA 6 comes out in 95 days and you're still letting AI make your entire thumbnail. Here, let me show you how to make an actual thumbnail using AI the right way. Okay, so boom, the software we're gonna be using today is Photoshop. Now, I know motherfuckers do not want to pay $23 a month. I don't even want to do that. So I have the cracked version of Photoshop. But if you don't want to do that, I understand. If you want to keep it legal, I will go ahead and just use Photopea. It's basically the same thing. It's just a free version. So if you have Adobe Photoshop, use Photoshop. If you don't, just use Photopea, bro. It's the same thing. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so boom, now we're in Adobe Photoshop. Just to clarify something, when you are making a thumbnail, make sure the canvas is in 1920 by 1080. As you can see right here, I have the width set to 1920 and the height as to 1080. Make sure that is set to 1920 by 1080. The first step is ideation. What are we going to create? Well, I already have an idea of what I want in my head. I want to create a thumbnail for a gameplay video of Subnautica 2. Subnautica is one of my favorite games. Now, it's okay to get inspiration. You don't have to be completely original. Stop trying to recreate the wheel for every thumbnail. It's okay to take inspiration. Now, let's go find the inspiration right now. Okay, so boom, I found my inspiration. I'm gonna do this thumbnail right here. This thumbnail right here. Jacksepticeye playing Subnautica 2. So quick tip, if you download the vidIQ extension, you can go to anybody's thumbnail, right? You can click it. You can right click the thumbnail and hit save image as, and you can download it right to your computer. And now boom, you have his thumbnail right here for you to look at. Okay, so as you can see, he has a picture of himself in some scuba gear. Let's go ahead and replicate that. So I went and took a picture of myself. Don't cook me, okay? So what I want to do, right? I want to go over to this properties tab all the way over here on the right. I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna hit convert to layers. It's gonna ask you this question, just hit yes. And then I'm gonna come over here again and scroll down to the same area in the properties menu. I'm gonna hit remove background. We're gonna remove the background. Boom, it removed the background. Now, as you can see, it left a little bit of fluff right here. All we're gonna do is we're gonna go up to the left and hit this eraser tool right here. Now, if you can't find the eraser tool, all you do is you go to these three buttons. You right click it and it's going to show all the tools that you need right here. That's just in case if you can't find it. If you can't find any tools, go up to the three dots and left click it and it will all be right here in your toolbar. And we're just gonna erase it, bro. We're just gonna erase it a little bit. That's all we gonna do. Okay, so boom, now we got our picture. Now y'all lock in right here. This is very important. This is where the magic happens. We gonna go up to filter and we're gonna go to camera raw filter. This right here is a game changer. If you're on Photoshop and you do not see the camera raw filter, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go to Google. You're gonna type in camera raw filter and you're gonna go to the Adobe website. It's gonna be this one right here and you're gonna scroll down a little bit and it's gonna be right here. It's gonna say camera raw 18.5 or whatever version, the latest version that's out, and it's gonna say for Mac or for Windows, and you want to download the x64 one. After you install it, make sure you restart your Photoshop, by the way. Okay, so now back to the camera raw filter. You want to go ahead and press this, right? Okay, so boom, this is gonna pop up. Hold on, pause on that. I don't know what the fuck happened right there. So let's clean my ugly ass up a little bit, okay? So we're gonna go over to the light tab, right? And we're gonna increase the contrast just a little bit, Maybe mess with the exposure a little bit. We don't really need to mess with it. So for this, I'm just gonna mess with the exposure and the contrast, and I'm gonna go down to color, right? And then I'm gonna mess with the vibrance a little bit. I'm gonna slide it up a little bit, you know, make my skin a little bit more vibrant. As you can see, it's changing. And then I might mess with the saturation a little bit, you know, make myself a little orange, just a little bit. When we're using this camera raw filter, bro, we're just trying to make ourselves look as polished as possible. That's really it, bro. So then we're gonna go over to effects. Let's change the clarity a little bit. Maybe, nah, never mind. Don't change the clarity. After you mess with the effects tab, you wanna go down to detail. Now, detail, this is where it comes in clutch. You see where it say noise reduction? You wanna go ahead and slide it up. And what it's gonna do is gonna make you look smooth. You know, if you have rough skin, you want to go ahead and hit noise reduction, and it won't get rid of your acne, but it'll kind of clean your skin up just a little bit. Then you want to increase the sharpening a little bit, you know, just to stand out a little bit more. Don't increase the noise reduction so much because then you'll start to look like this. Then you'll just look fake, bro. You don't want to do that. But like find a good middle ground, and then even mess with the color noise reduction a little bit, you know. Okay, boom, I think we're done. So after that, we're gonna hit okay. And look how much better that looks now. That looks way better, don't it? We're gonna go back to our inspo page. Now, as you can see, he has some scuba gear on. Bro, I've never been scuba diving in my life. I don't have no fucking scuba gear. This is where the AI comes in. This is when you want to use AI as a tool. So we need to extract just this picture, not the whole artboard, just this picture. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna head over to the right side in the layers tab, all the way down here. I'm gonna right click and we're gonna find quick export as PNG. Now save it somewhere where you're gonna find it. Okay, so after you name your file and found a place where you're gonna find it, hit save. Now we have just exported just this picture. Now we gonna head over to ChatGPT. This is what y'all love using to waste all that water on them shitty ass thumbnails. No, you don't want ChatGPT making the whole thumbnail. No, no, no. You wanna use it as a tool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit add photo and files, and we're gonna find where we saved our picture, and then boom, here go my ugly ass. Now we wanna ask ChatGPT, add some black scuba gear. Boom. Just say something simple like that, and then let ChatGPT do its work. While we're waiting for it, bro, listen, if you use AI in your thumbnails, don't feel bad, bro, but I'm just trying to show y'all don't gotta let AI do your whole thumbnail. Like, actually, you know, have some fun with your thumbnails, put some effort into it. It's not hard to make a thumbnail, y'all. Okay, so now ChatGPT is done giving us our picture. Man, it looks all right. I might ask it, put the goggles on my head. And you know, however you wanna manipulate it, that's what you do. Okay, so now these two are way better. I really like this one, so I'm gonna click this one. Now, as you can see, it still looks like me. It's not heavily modified. It still looks like me, just with scuba gear on. So now I'm just gonna save my image, save in a place where I can find it. I'm gonna hit save, and then boom, we got it. Now let's go back to Photoshop. Okay, so boom, now we're back on our canvas. All we're gonna do is we're gonna take the picture, we're gonna drag it up, and then boom, you got the picture. I don't know why I didn't remove the background. Again, you would just click the picture, you would go over to convert layers, hit yes, and then go back over to properties, and then hit remove background, and it should just remove the background. Okay, now that it's all cleaned up, I'm gonna click my picture, I'm gonna hit Control T on my keyboard, Control T, and I'm gonna resize it. I'm just gonna size it up. I'm gonna just size it up to where it fits perfect. Now, obviously, there are some discrepancies. As you can see, my arm is cut off right here, but that's okay. We can always fix it later. Okay, so now I got me cut out. Now let's look for a background or something. So I'm gonna go on Google, and like I said earlier, this thumbnail is gonna be a Subnautica 2 thumbnail, so I'm gonna look for Subnautica background pictures and things of that nature so it fits with the thumbnail. Okay, I like this picture, so I'm gonna use this picture as my background. Now, this picture is above everything else. As you can see, if we go to the layers tab, we still have the picture of us right here, but this picture is above that. So what we want to do is we're just gonna drag it right below it, and boom, now our original picture is above the background picture, which is what we want. Now we need to let the viewers know that this is a Subnautica 2 thumbnail. So I'm gonna go on Google, and I'm just gonna look for a PNG of the Subnautica 2 title. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you're getting these pictures, make sure they are PNGs or JPJ. The picture file that you downloaded is a WebP. It's not gonna be compatible with Photoshop, and it's not gonna let you use it. Okay, so I found a PNG cutout of the Subnautica 2 title, which I didn't even have to remove the background because it was already cut out. Now, as you can see, again, it's over our picture. I want this to be behind me. I want the title to be behind the picture of me. So what I'm gonna do, again, just go over to the layers tab and just drag it below our picture. That's all you do. And then I just move it around like this, and boom, that kind of look crispy. It don't look the best, but it look crispy. Now, a little bit of attention to detail. We are holding a flashlight, so we want it to make it look like there's some light coming out of the flashlight, obviously. So I'm just gonna go on Google and I'm gonna try to make something shake. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I found this picture of the sun, but I edited it a little bit. So what I did was I went over to the picture, I hit right click, and I went over to blending options. You're going to be prompted with this menu. You want to go down to color overlay, and I just changed the color. I just changed the color to white. It was originally yellow, but I just changed it to white. So I hit okay, and then I hit okay, and all we're going to do is going to drag it right over this. Okay, it's looking good. It's looking good, y'all. You can't say this look bad. It looks pretty good. So we can clean this up a little bit. So I'm going to click the picture of me. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to blending options. options. And then again, this is gonna pop up and I'm gonna go down to drop shadow. Look how much difference you get when you add drop shadow opposed to when you don't add it. Boom. Boom. It just makes you pop out a little bit. I like it. So I'm going to hit drop shadow, then I'm just going to hit okay. So boom, I actually took a different picture, you know, just to get a better quality picture, and it came out a little bit better. It actually looks way better than this one that we just made. It looks similar, but I just used a different picture. And the reason why it looks better in quality, because I actually used my iPhone and I took the picture with my back camera, and now it looks way better. Now, when we put these thumbnails side by side, they both look like really good, high quality thumbnails, but I didn't completely rip off what he did. Yeah, I did rip off the Subnautica 2 behind the head, but as you can see, I used a different facial expression. I added the flashlight in there. I added a different background. He has a daytime background. I have like a little nighttime vibe background, little spooky background. It's okay to take inspiration, but just make it your own. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, bro. When we get done, all you want to do is you want to go up to file and hit save. Now, when you hit save, it's going to save as a PSD. You want to keep this on your computer, by the way. I always keep the PSDs of my past thumbnails, because just in case if I want to use pictures or like photos I've taken or created and I want to use it for a future thumbnail, I can always come back to the file. Now, name the PSD what you want to name it so you can find it. I have a whole folder for them, and I hit save. And then you want to export. You want to go to file, you want to go down to export, and you want to go to export as. This is going to pop up. Make sure the format is JPG and make sure the quality is, I'm gonna say, excellent. Don't do great, because the rule is when you try to upload a thumbnail for YouTube, it has a 1 megabyte limit. And as you can see, when we chose great, it went over that megabyte limit. When you hit great, it's usually gonna go over that. So just hit excellent. It's basically the same thing. And you just hit save, and then boom, you've exported it, and that's how you make the thumbnail. So now you know how to make a high quality thumbnail without using AI for the entire thumbnail. Now make sure you save this video and follow me, because I'm trying to get you prepared to stream before GTA 6 comes out. Let's do it.